Good morning. I'd like to welcome Colonel Byrd and Teresa Goodwin and our SAISD communications team to our campus. My name is Terry Gould and I'm principal at Glenmore Elementary. And it's truly an honor and privilege anytime we have the opportunity to recognize our military families. We are thankful that we can serve those that serve us and our community so very well. I'd like to introduce Teresa Goodwin. She's our military liaison.
Thank you, Terry. Good morning, SAISD and San Angelo community. This month, April, is Month of the Military Child. It's a month that we recognize our military children and the sacrifices because they serve our military as well. We have about 145,000 military-connected students just in the state of Texas. There's a lot, isn't there? And here in San Angelo, SAISD, we really welcome our military families and the unique and beautiful partnership that we have with them. And San Angelo Reads is a wonderful opportunity for our families to interact virtually, to interact as a family and have good quality time together. So thank you for tuning in, and without further ado, Colonel Lauren Byrd is going to read The Brand New Kid.
Thanks, Teresa. Good morning. As was mentioned, I'm Lauren Byrd. I work at Goodfellow Air Force Base, and I also have a daughter that goes here to Glenmore that you guys may have met her a time or two. But I'm really excited to be here today to celebrate both San Angelo Reads and Month of the Military Child, and we are going to read The Brand New Kid. So this is a book I think that especially resonates with military children. Have any of you ever been the brand new kid before somewhere? No? You have? It's a different kind of experience, huh? Oh, sorry about that. Okay, so we're going to read The Brand New Kid by Katie Couric. Is that okay? Is that good? Is that better? Okay. All right. Okay. Ellie McSnelly and Carrie O'Toole were running and laughing. It was the first day of school today. And they wondered just what was in store. Would this be a good year? Would school be a bore? They kept fingers crossed they'd be in the same class and on a big table that they had to pass. They checked out to find which room they should go. McSnelly, 240. O'Toole, I don't know. Oh, here it is, dear. You're in 240 as well. They squealed with delight. Oh, gee, that was swell. 240 meant they would both have Miss Kincaid, the best teacher by far in the whole second grade. I have a question for you guys. Who's the best teacher here in the second grade? Miss Coleman. They took their seats quickly. Miss Kincaid called the roll. Emily Allen, here. Tyler Antole, here. Peter Berinsky, Raquel Brooks, here too. She went down the list until she was all through. Then she got to the boy who was not in her book. We have a new student. They all turned to look. His name was a different one, Laszlo S. Gasky. He's new to our town and the town of Delasky. Please welcome him here. Won't you all please say hi? But the students just turned and stared at the new guy. His hair was so blonde, why it was almost white. It stuck out all over. It just didn't look right. His lips were bright pink, his eyes very blue. He looked at his feet and he fidgeted too. He was quiet at first and then yelled out, "Hello!" His voice booming so loud, it made Ellie say, "Whoa!" The other kids laughed. Gee, the new boy was weird. Too different and strange to fit in, they all feared. Now, class, Miss Kincaid said, her voice shrill and tight, let's focus on learning and getting things right. She turned from the students. White chalk was her tool. as she wrote, "Welcome back to Brookhaven School." They sharpened their pencils and picked up their books. All morning long, they kept shooting him looks. They headed to gym class, a quick softball game. When they went to pick teams, no one mentioned his name. At lunch, Ricky Jensen, who thought he was cool, made everyone laugh when he shouted, "Hey, fool!" As Laszlo was leaving the line with his tray, someone tripped him. His food, it went every which way. The students all froze as they saw Laszlo's face, with french fries and ketchup all over the place. So these first few weeks were lonely for this brand new kid. They made fun of him, all that he said and he did. So he kept his head bowed and stopped trying to please and simply prepared for the next taunt and tease. So he's probably feeling kind of sad right about now, huh? Being the brand new kid, sometimes it's hard. One day after school, Ellie walked out the door and she saw someone she hadn't seen before. A lady whose face looked so tired and worn. She had tears in her eyes and she seemed so forlorn. "Who is that?" Ellie asked of a student she saw. "Oh, that's Laszlo's mother," said Susie McGraw. "Her son's having trouble. She might pull him out. This school may be wrong for him. She's so full of doubt." Ellie watched Mrs. Gasky as she walked towards her car. She thought about how things were going so far, about Laszlo and how he was different and strange, and she wondered, just maybe aloud, what she could arrange. "I've got it," she said. "I'll ask him to play at my house or his after school ends one day." The next morning, she walked up to him at his locker. "Would you like to come over and maybe play soccer?" How many of you guys play soccer? It's a lot of you guys play soccer. It's a popular sport. Stunned, he said, "Please come to my house and play." So Ellie said, "Sure I can. Let's pick a day." "How about Thursday?" he asked with a smile, a look that hadn't been seen on his face in a while. They walked home from school with their books in their arms, passing meadows and fields and a couple of farms. They arrived at his door, greeted by his French poodle, and Mrs. Gasky was there with a plate of warm strudel. As they munched on the pastry, they made quite a mess. And Laszlo said, "Do you know how to play chess?" How many of you guys know how to play chess? I don't know how to play. Maybe some of you guys can teach me. Ellie said, "Yes, but I'm not all that great." "That's okay," he replied, and he soon said, "Checkmate." The afternoon ended. Ellie said, "That was fun." Laszlo just smiled and said, "Hey, thanks a ton for coming to my house and being my friend at a school in a town where I just don't fit in." It's important to have friends when you move somewhere new, huh? And to welcome in the new people. Yeah. At school the next day, the kids stopped her and said, "You were walking with Laszlo. Are you sick in the head?" Ellie paused and replied, "Now I know him, you see. Laszlo isn't that different from you and from me. He's terrific at chess and his mom's really sweet. Playing soccer, the guy doesn't have 2 left feet. He may look slightly strange and have an accent and stuff, but if you knew him, you'd like him. It wouldn't be tough." Carrie looked at her friend and she thought it through for a while. And when Laszlo walked up, she gave him a smile. "Hey, Ellie. Hey, Laszlo. Do you want to go out to play?" And they all walked outside on a beautiful day. Where do you think they were going? To the soccer field to play? Yeah? All right, well, that's the end of the story. So what did you guys think about Laszlo and being the brand new kid at his new school? It was good. Have you guys ever experienced a new kid coming into your school before? Yeah. And do you welcome him in? Well, I can tell you as the mother of a military child, we sure are grateful when we have people that welcome our sons and our daughters into the community, because we know it can be a challenge for them to go to new schools. And as you guys know, my daughter, she'll be going to a new school here soon as well. So I would hope that as you get new students in your class, that you'll welcome them in, just like Ellie welcomed in Laszlo, because it's so important for our military families to become part of the community. And so I thank San Angelo ISD for asking me to come read to you today, and I really appreciate you guys giving me the opportunity to read the brand new kid to you. Thank you.